Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for your Chelsea versus Crystal Palace review. 1-0 win. Yes, it's a little bit late. This is greatness, but if you've been checking the channel, I've been doing a lot of streams today, and I'm doing this after the stream. So if you see any bags under my eyes and I'm looking a little bit tired, then I'm a bit worse for wear. The energy drinks are still kicking in. So let's get straight stuck into it for this quick preview at a late time. Chelsea finally got 3 points. Finally, we are not the main talking point. There has been so much football this weekend. There's been Napoli-Juventus, there's been the El Clasico, there's been the Manchester Derby, the North London Derby. We did not need to be the centre of attention. Heck, even Atalanta slapped someone 7-2. We did not need to be the centre of attention. For once, just walk away from the headlines. Walk away. Well, I guess we signed Mudryk, so we still can't stop being the main attraction. But at least on the football pitch, there was very low key. It was actually quite a to and throw game. You know, Crystal Palace definitely stood up to the task. They definitely competed. Of course, it's a mid-table clash. That's what we're doing right now. But one thing I will say is you could see the effort. You could see the effort and it showed statistically. Gallagher was involved in like 27 duels. He had a very good game. You know, you take a look at just everybody from Thiago Silva all the way to the front. Everybody put the work in. Now, of course, there were still moments where you're saying, yo, even Jorginho, most recoveries on the football pitch today, you're still saying some moments of the finishing could have been better. We could have scored maybe more goals. Of course, 100%. We know this is typical Chelsea. But at least we could go through the game and pluck out some positives. The lineup was refreshing. Certain things still in the lineup. You're looking at Kai Havertz, Mason Mount. You're thinking, could they still need some competition? Yes, they do. Of course, they need some more competition. Their places need to be up for grabs. Their performances have not been great. But Kai Havertz at least gets his goal today, which is great. He still missed some chances, so it's a mixed bag performance for me. But he got his header. Brilliant cross from Ziyech. Deserved for Ziyech. For me, Ziyech is a contender for man of the match. Kepa started to make some massive saves towards the end of the game. Kepa had an extraordinary game. I'm giving man of the match to Ziyech or Kepa. I started it with Ziyech and then Kepa kind of tried to steal it at the end. Either or is a great option, to be honest, you know, because they both had outstanding games. And thank God Kai put that header in the back of the net. It was a good finish, good cross. But there were other chances for Kai. There was a wonderful ball from Mason who didn't have a great game overall, but he created that chance for Kai. And again, the header, he should be bagging that. He should be getting on the end of that. That game should have been, hopefully could have been more comfortable than it was. But those two, so still not really singing from the same song sheet. Those two still not giving me the undisputed starter role. They're not for me. I still think Mudryk, if he's coming in against Liverpool, he's got a shot at starting. Felix, we saw the great performance in the first half before he was sent off. When he comes back against West Ham, could still come into this team and put both of them on the bench if they don't improve. So yeah, there's a lot of competition for places that need to happen up there. But when you step back into the midfield, Jorginho today, most ball recoveries, looked very good. Much better, was contesting. There were still some moments, I noted them down, where, you know, he got bodied and out-strengthened and out-muscled. And, you know, long-term, like I said, I wouldn't renew the contract. You're looking at Casemiro, you're looking at parties, you're looking at the improvement in the 6th role, 100%. But better today, at least, contesting. If you're winning the ball back more than any other player on the pitch, that's a good day. Gallagher, much better today. He was very involved. Again, 27 duels he was involved in. The man was working his socks off. I'm warming up to him slowly, maybe as a rotational option next season, maybe. Because we're not going to get rid of everyone. You know, if you're going to move Jorginho, I've already said I wouldn't renew Kante. Loftus-Cheek's place is up for grabs. You're not going to maybe sell five midfielders, 4 midfielders. He's on a line, you know, that is very thin, and it's like, could be sold if the right price comes in, you know, like a 40-30 million pound bid from Palace, could be sold. Could he be a good squad player to bring on off the bench, bring energy into midfield, contesting duels? Yes, he could. He's got a good cross on him, etc. I've spoken about these things before, but he's one of those players that, again, it depends on the price you receive and it depends on the competition, Carney, Andre Santos, etc. But he was good today. So someone will survive out of those 4 that I've just mentioned in midfield, but most of them should, in my opinion, shouldn't. We need a new midfield, of course. And defensively, you know, no Aspie today, no Koulibaly. The debut from Badiashile, I'm going to call him Badiashile, yeah? Badiashile today. That debut, crisp, composed, calm, beautiful. Really, really strong debut. You can't ask for much more than that. He won his duels. He contested. He competed. It's his debut. Left-footed centre-back. Very, very nice performance. So much so that when Potter made the substitution to start bringing on defenders, Azpilicueta, Koulibaly, to protect that lead, because we were starting to have to cling on and hang on. Koulibaly goes to left-back. Koulibaly gets put at left-back. That just goes to show First of all, how the lack of confidence he has in Koulibaly, and rightly so, the performance has been awful. But the amount of confidence he has and has been given by this performance in our debutant, because he comes in, he plays alongside Thiago Silva, who had an excellent game. I'm going to give you his stat sheet in a minute. But the debutant had a great performance. And again, he's up for contention with man of the match. I think him, you know, Gallagher, Silva, they're the other three that are not far off Kepa and Ziyech. Really, really strong performance. There are some bad news coming, but I'm gonna leave that to the end of the video. But it's a great performance, and he's left-footed, and he could have easily just been moved over to left back. If you're a left-footed centre back, and we've got an issue at left back, say Lewis Hall had to come off, right, looking like he had an injury. No idea how long he's out for. Usually as a left footer, you're like, I'm going to have to slide on over there, aren't I? Yeah, I got it, coach. But no, he left him in there and he said, Koulibaly, you go and play out there. You go and do that shift, and you go and play out a position, because this guy is performing. So really, really happy for him. Just a better performance from Chelsea in general, but there was still moments that Crystal Palace could have easily equalised. This is a game that we could have won 2-0, but we could have easily drawn 1-1. Like I said, it was still pretty much nip and tuck. It was pretty even. Crystal Palace definitely deserved their credit for their performance. They played very well, and that is why Kepa is up for man of the match, because he had to make big saves. 5 saves, 3 inside the box. He had to have a proper good performance today. He made some big TV type saves, and he also made the important ones as well that are a little bit less flashy. So it was an even game. You know, we are, you know, slightly maybe fortuitous. Palace may feel a little bit hard done by, but we did get in and get out in the end. And thankfully, like I said, under the radar, low-key win and a clean sheet. Unfortunately, there is injury news. You know, Zakaria confirmed by Simon Johnson of The Athletic, out for a month. Again, reports are speeding up that Caicedo looks like he's going to be coming in. Well, we're going to go after him from Brighton. How much that will cost, we'll have to see. I was speaking to Ben from Seagull Social on DR yesterday, and obviously he's been on the channel before. Everything you need to know about Graham Potter, etc. You've seen him on the channel, Ben. And yeah, you know, 75 million potentially for Caicedo. I don't think that's, again, it's definitely an overvaluation, but he had a great performance against Liverpool. That's only going to help his stock. He's 21 years old. He would make a massive improvement into this midfield. I would absolutely love to have him. Again, not higher than an Enzo Fernandez for me, but he's still a great upgrade to bring in. And maybe, you never know, we could even get both over the next couple of years. You have no idea what's going to happen. I'm sure we'll get another midfielder in the summer. And right back, we're still looking, you know, we're still looking. So Zakaria is out for a month. I mean, we don't play much in the next month anyway, so it's not a massive catastrophe. We play Liverpool next week, and then we don't play again until mid-February or early February. So he's not going to miss actually that many games. But it's still a bit disappointing, of course, for him and his progression, because he could potentially be a permanent. He could be a good squad player. I don't think he's a starter. If we sign him on a permanent, I don't think he's a starter. I don't think he's a Casemiro, Partey, Rodri level, and I think that's what we should be aspiring for. But he could be the backup DM potentially, if we are really revamping and we want to save some cash. I don't know what his buyout is in terms of his loan. So you have to take a look at it. But again, his injury record, you know, we spoke about Zakaria before. His injury record is actually not the best. So him picking up another injury here, it just reaffirms that, right? It just reaffirms those issues and doubts. Obviously, yesterday I had a big stream. Me and Turkish was on as well for about half an hour, 40 minutes. Mudryk, and I was fuming, absolutely fuming. And yes, people haven't watched the whole stream, understandably so. So you didn't see me calming down and, you know, starting to find out more information. I've now seen, and obviously he was announced today, and he was in the stadium, and he's come onto the pitch with the Ukraine flag. The photos have been taken. He doesn't look happy in these photos. I'm not gonna lie. I think we all know that we've kind of kidnapped him, taken him on that plane. You know, we said to him, listen, you really want to earn 3 or 4K, or do you want 150K, whatever the wage is? And, you know, he said, Rust, Jesus. And, you know, just get on the plane, Mudryk. Whether you like it or not, get on the plane. Do you know what I mean? And he was kidnapped, hoodwinked, and taken away. And yeah, he's at Chelsea now. And all I say to you, Mudryk, is listen, you might not want to be here over Arsenal, but you know, you're here now, so you're part of the mighty Chelsea. Fix your face and be happy about it. Do you know what I'm saying? We've taken you. Money talks. So yeah, man, listen, he's going to have to warm up to us. I'm going to have to warm up to him as well, because I didn't even know he was even a target really seriously. But now that I've looked at the way that the deal's been constructed, it's over an 8-year contract or 7.5-year contract split across the years for FFP. I'm a lot calmer now. 62 million up front, then add-ons. No worries now in terms of the finances, but the priorities still need to be midfield and right back, 100%. I know we're chasing the guy from PSV. We did a video on that yesterday. At right wing, left footer, injury prone again, worrying record for him, but he had a good game today, created 7 chances in the game for PSV, but no doubt on the talent, just like Mudryk, but priorities for me still is midfield and right back. And if we secure that in this window, then I'll have no problems. But yeah, excited for Mudryk just purely because he is a talent. Still haven't seen enough of him. He's still raw. You know, he's only played 12 games this season before the World Cup. Didn't obviously go to the World Cup. And of course, you know, Champions League, we have a few little dribs and drabs to feed off from Real Madrid and Shakhtar facing them with Celtic and RB Leipzig in that group. So happy and relieved that now with more information and like I said, that stream was reactionary. It was literally straight after the news came out. Everybody's like, 100 million euros. And I'm like, You know, what's going on? Why? But now, you know, it's been broken down. You know, now more information has been put out there by the journos. And by the end of the stream, I'm pretty calm. And now as I'm relaying to you, I'm fine with it now. And do you know what? Arsenal must be stopped. They won today against Tottenham. We took Mudryk, their top target. Anything to stop them. If we can't stop them on the pitch, which we didn't at Stamford Bridge, then stop them in the market. So I'm happy with that. Shamelessly, I'm happy with that. So yeah, as much as the player didn't want to be here, I have to say he didn't want to come here. We were not his preference. Money talks, and like I said, get on the plane. You know, don't chat. Private jet's leaving in 30 minutes. Mudryk, are you in or you're out? You want to be broke or you want to be rich? Simple as that. So yeah, long-term contract, big contract. There is a risk. You know, it is a long-term contract. That's why the wage might be high for some people. Maybe, you know, because the strategy is different. So to back them and defend them, the wage is higher because the contract is longer. So if he does shine and, you know, exceed or meet expectation, he is going to be our starting winger. That was confirmed. That is something that we told him. Then he's on a normal contract because he's performing and he's a great player. And 150k for a starter is not that big of a deal. But if he doesn't perform, then, you know, and we've got a flop on our hands, then he's here for 7-8 years, and what do we do then? How we get him off the bill if he, you know? So it's a risk. You know, it's a long contract. It has to be that way for FFP. But you know, we have to get our transfers right. Every single transfer we sign from January onwards, now with the new recruitment team, summer you can leave it in the back rear view mirror. There's context to it with the seniors leaving, Christensen, Rudiger. But now going forward, January onwards, new recruitment team, we need to get everything spot on. Every transfer needs to be a good one, and it needs to work out. Can't afford for it not to work out with the amount of money we're spending long term. And yeah, I think for us, we've had enough flops as it is, you know, so we need to get it right now. Hopefully all of these players are going to do well, but I like the attributes. I like the technical side of their games. I like the fact that they're set up for teams that dominate the ball, go up against low blocks. So these attackers are you know, Felix and Cuckoo, Mudryk. Just watching them, it's exciting. It's definitely exciting. Get that midfield sorted, get that right back. And next season, you know, this season's finished. But next season, something special, hopefully, you know, something special, hopefully. You never know. And obviously, like I said, you know, really good performances from certain individuals today. Good to see, very much needed. We move on to Liverpool. The previews will be very interesting. Who is worse? The combined 11 on form. Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So make sure you smash up the likes, subscribe, and don't forget, the watch-alongs are really rumbling right now. So hit the notification. You don't want to miss it. In a bit, people. Peace.